From Steve Slayton to Pat White to Pat McAfee, they love their Mountaineers in Morgantown. And in a place known for yan dogs and pepperoni rolls, probably some liquid refreshments, the Mountaineer faithful ready to go here in Morgantown. What a game and what potential drama we have in store. You've seen this script before. Top 10 team goes into a cauldron of emotion on the road and just hopes to be able to get out and tell about it. As we'll see the number 5 team in the country, the Iowa State Cyclones, taking on the winners of 3 straight, the West Virginia Mountaineers. For EA Sports College Football, I'm Reese Davis, David Pollack and Jesse Palmer with me. Guys, it's time to get it going. And the Cyclones will kick it away first. Let's see what he can do with the return. He was looking for some running room, but not much to be found as he stopped at the 18. So the West Virginia Mountaineers offense is on the field for the first time today. And here comes this quarterback. When he takes the field, he brings a certain swagger and charisma out there that not only the entire team, the entire stadium seems to feed off of.
You can feel it. It's different. It's special. Guys like this don't come around very often, but he makes the whole team better, but the belief is strong because he continues to make plays and be there for his team every time they need it.
He'll try to pop the draw. They bring him down, but a solid pickup to put them in position to pick up a first down.
Effective draw plays in the running game really begin with the quarterback. The quarterback's got to be a great salesman. You got to really make the defense think it's pass. You keep your eyes focused downfield till the last possible second, turn around and hand it off. And by that point, the defensive ends have rushed way upfield, and there's less bodies for the running backs to have to maneuver around before finally moving forward.
We asked earlier this week, who's your favorite receiver? And of course he said the open one, but we know who he really wants to go to on third down.
The best one. I think the open one.
And the freshman will chalk up a sack. The defense coming up big there, and the sack is great, but the secondary deserves some credit too.
No doubt. When you can cover like that in the secondary and drop back in your zone and only rush a few, and you feel comfortable getting home, and they're going to get to the quarterback, that is a great feeling, and that's fun to be a defensive coordinator calling the plays.
Not a lot of productivity on that last play. They'll try it again on second and long from the 23. Off the play fake. Got his man quickly. They make the stop, trying to pick up just a little bit at a time to get to that first down marker.
Listen, nice completion, short gain. Now you get to third down. Third down's more manageable. But guess what? If I don't get it on third down, I still got that fourth down in my pocket. Nowadays, analytics, we're going for it anyways.
Pocket starts to collapse. Caught over the middle. It's Punga. And the tackle is made, but not before that completion gets them 30+. And the Mountaineers moving quickly to the line.
It's important on offense in the passing game. You've got to have balance. And I mean, you got to be able to attack different thirds of the field. You got to work the perimeter to both sides, but you got to let the defense know, too, that you're not afraid to go over the middle, and they did right there.
Comes out throwing on first down. Tip ball, put it up for grabs, and I thought he had it, but somehow it slithered through his fingers. After the misconnection, it's second down. He's looking to throw. Buys a little time. Going to try to get it himself. He's going to be able to pick up a few yards before the slide.
Well, great job there by the defense because they weren't able to get him sacked right away, but you saw the coverage in the back end. Nowhere for the quarterback to throw the football. Didn't get the sack, obviously. You don't get the negative play, but you also don't give up a big one. You're feeling pretty good about where you are right now in the sprint.
He's got an open man. And fired the completion there in the red zone and set up at the 13. The Mountaineers will have it first and 10. Power football with the run. He's dropped behind the line of scrimmage. That'll be a loss of 3.
Well, just nothing doing on that last run, and they knew coming into this one they were going to be challenged, right? This is one of the best defenses in all of college football. For them to have any shot, they're going to have to do a lot better running the football.
They bring him down, and he's going to lose a yard on that one.
Well, we know this defense is one that plays with a lot of pride, right? And part of that is their ability stopping the run. They're a top 25 unit in the nation when it comes to stopping the rush, and that really helps them out down here in the red zone. They're going to have to step up big time in this situation.
Get it out on the screen. Defense was not fooled by that screen to the back, and they'll stop him short of the marker. It'll be 4th down. They'll try to put 3 on the board as the field goal unit comes on. Kick is good. The offense has 3 points to show for the drive. And that'll put the first points of the game on the board. It's 3-0.
And he knocks another one through. And how about this kicker? Good way to start off your season, right? Like, what do you have at the spot? Sometimes you don't know. Can he make those kicks? Starting off, hasn't missed one yet. Been very dependable for this squad.
That ball scoots through the back of the end zone, and it'll be a touchback. So Iowa State's offense will try to get something started with their first possession. And how about this matchup of a couple of guys who just don't get tired and don't mind being handed the football, Jesse?
And I love this matchup, too, because in modern football, it's all about throwing the ball and spread and tempo and air raid offenses. Let's go back to toting the rock, old school, 2 of the best running backs in the business here.
And the defenses now, like, they know the challenge. They know these guys are going to tote it. They got to be physical, committing guys to the box, not letting these running backs have success to them.
Out of the gun to give to the back. Makes a man miss. Stopped at the 47 after a 10-yard gain.
You ain't getting by all these guys right up the middle unless your offensive line and your tight ends and everybody is putting in the work up front, committing to blocking. The running back does a great job finding the hole, exploding through. How about that nice, big, huge gain? If I'm the OC, let's call that one again.
One of the things that makes this guy so dangerous is how good he is after the catch. If he's got any space around him, he's able to burst. He's able to make people miss and get extra yards for his offense. You saw it right there.
To the air on 1st down. Finds his man. It's Lee. And chunk plays are the name of the game, and they get one here before the defense finally makes the stop.
You know, it's a nice throw by the QB there. When you're throwing to running backs, you got to make it easy on them. So you want to put it right on their body, make the catch simple, and let them go to work like they did just there, getting that first.
On 1st and 10, trying to strike from the 15. From the red zone, he's going to throw it. And the physical play there forces the incompletion on 1st down.
Hey, man, if you're going to force incompletions when the QB's throwing to the tight end, you better be physical. Nice job with the hit, forcing that incompletion.
Getting some heat. Nowhere close on that one as he got drilled trying to deliver the football, and now they face 3rd down.
Well, this defense felt coming into the game that if he was going to try to throw from the pocket, they could get to him and affect his accuracy, and they did on that last play.
On 3rd and long, he's going to have to throw for it. Couldn't find anywhere to throw the football, just got rid of it, and that's the number one thing. Avoid disaster here. They've decided to try to go for the field goal here. Splits the uprights, it's good. And after the 3-spot guys, we're all tied up. And we're all square as he's set to kick it away. What kind of field position can he help them with on the return? And they'll bring him down to get the offense started on the next drive. Time winding down in the quarter as they come to the line. Leaves it with the back. And after the tackle, that will bring us to the end of the 1st quarter. Both teams made no secret they wanted to target their big play receivers, and they've done just that in the 1st. They fought to a standstill in the first. Let's see who gets the edge early in the second. They'll put the tight end in motion. Handoff from the gun. Punches ahead, they'll give him a yard to the 13.
Now that's what you're trying to do as a defense. Limit those damages when they run the football. Get them on the ground, short gains to set your defense for positive situations down the road.
On 3rd and long, he has to throw for it. That one never had a chance. Incomplete. And the Mountaineers send out the punt unit. First time we've seen their punt team this afternoon. He's got great speed, and the returner will be brought down. Iowa State sending the offense back out. They think there's room to run to the right here. They stop him just short of the first down, but it will be 2nd and inches coming up. Less than a yard to go to pick up the first down. Wide receiver shows motion. Moving out of the pocket. Nothing doing downfield. He'll cut his losses and throw it away. It'll be 3rd down.
I like the offensive idea here to try to change the launch point of the QB, but you got to do a better job protecting him because guys can't complete passes when they're getting hit.
3rd down conversions are huge, and they've got one, and they're at the 35. The Cyclones with the 1st and 10. Might as well give it to him again. They bring him down, and he's going to lose a yard on that one.
You see all this movement in football now, all the stemming, the defensive line, they're sliding right before the snap, creating confusion for the offensive line. Then they're moving back and stunting.
Fires a bullet. Now it's picked off. Got room on the return. Inside the 30. The 10. And he's going to take it all the way. Touchdown, Mountaineers. What a play by this defense with the pick 6.
And how about the defender? Exactly what you're supposed to do. Breaks on the football, makes the interception. Everybody on defense, we turn to offense. Go lay some blocks so my guy can get it and take it back to the house.
Lining up to tack one more onto that lead. And they knock through the extra point for the 10-3 lead. They'll kick it off and send that defense right back out there to try to score again after the pick 6. No reason to risk trying to field that one as it skips through the end zone. It'll be a touchback. Iowa State has the ball back. The Cyclones ready to go on offense. Off the play fake on 1st down. And the ball is intercepted. And he's wrapped up after a solid return on the pick.
And that's why as quarterbacks, you cannot telegraph the pass. You cannot stare down your receivers because these defenders, they're watching it. And that defender knew exactly where the QB was going with that football, and that's why he picked it off.
And that will go backwards. A negative play, and that defense on high alert that time. Bunch formation trying to spring a guy free. Dialing up a 2nd down pass play. It's complete on the right side. They get it down to the 7 on that pass play in prime position for a score. Tight quarters deep in the red zone, but they can pick up a 1st down without scoring. 3rd down. He wants it all. Can't make the grab as he was going for 6 right there. And they decide to trot out the kicker. Right on target the first time. Now he'll try another from 24 yards out. Just drives it between the uprights. And that lead grows even bigger. They were able to get a field goal on the board, and now they'll kick it away.
And 3 more on the board, and this kicker is starting to get a reputation starting off the season. Hasn't missed yet. Nice to have a guy that you can really, really depend on.
Iowa State sending the offense back out. They've been pretty much stifled on offense so far, David, only able to muster 3 points in their previous 3 drives.
And you got to find a way to open this up and create some explosive plays. The passing game is obviously the easiest way. Jesse, put more speed on the field. Find those guys down the field.
And you know they're frustrated, too, because they felt like there were some matchups they could take advantage of to get some points on the board early. In this one, they just haven't been able to connect on those opportunities. But I like David's idea. Maybe move some guys around and see if you can create some better one-on-one matchups.
Going up top on first down. Makes his connection.
And I love when my quarterback sees zone and knows exactly where to go with the football. Sees the wide receiver running the drag route, knows when to throw it, pulls the trigger for the easy completion.
Picked up some yardage with that completion, now second down. He's looking to throw. Working the middle, it's complete. Couldn't ask for much more there. A first down, and they're down to the 42.
Nice job by the receiver there, running the drag route against zone coverage, finding the soft spot, making it easy on his quarterback to get the completion. He turns it upfield, and he moves the sticks.
Trying to find his man on first down. Working that left side now. He's brought down, solid pickup, but a little bit short of the first down.
Routes like that are great times to be quarterbacks. I got great, fast, speedy guys on the outside. Quick drag route, get the ball in his hands, let him do the rest.
We've reached the 2-minute warning, and this thing has been one-sided, and they hope to at least have something to feel good about going into halftime. He wants to throw it again. Unleashes one. I don't think that's the way they drew it up. Incomplete.
Well, on that last play, you'd like to see the quarterback be a little bit more accurate and give his guy a chance to make the play. That ball wasn't even close to his intended target's body.
Third and short, coming from the 34. You wonder if this is 4-down territory. They'll try to get the first through the air. Catch in the middle, it's Simpson. And they'll finally get him down after a terrific pickup. Not the most productive half for this offense so far, but finally starting to get it in gear. First and 10. From the red zone, looking for a man. Just gets rid of it to the running back underneath. Whew, boy, this freshman quarterback has a hose. Did he zing that thing in there? And the Cyclones trying to pay off the threat on first and goal. They'll try to get it in with the run. He is going nowhere. Stop at the line of scrimmage.
Awesome job up front by this defensive line, being so good at the point of attack and eating blocks, eating some double teams that allows these linebackers to run free, unencumbered, and get to the football.
Dances away from the heat. Fires into the end zone. And it's caught. Touchdown, Iowa State.
Touchdown, Iowa State. Number 12, with the catch in the end zone.
Lining up for the PAT.
For the extra point.
And it's up and good as they draw just a touch closer. So that was a 10-play, 75-yard drive. And they finish things off with an 8-yard toss for the score. And they desperately wanted to attempt a return, but decided not to. Instead, they'll take the touchback. So let's see how they play it in this final 30 seconds of the first half. They'll start this drive with a pass. And the ball comes out. What a disastrous play. That football must be riveted to your rib cage. How can you let it go? At least they fell on it. We've played 2 quarters here. Time to go to Kevin Connors in our halftime update.
All right, fellas, the end of a very intriguing first 2 quarters of football in Morgantown. And I get it. A lot of coaches will say the difference between winning and losing comes down to stopping big plays and getting big plays. But if you ask me, it's more about how good you are on 3rd down and how efficient you are in keeping drives alive. Those 2 stats can help you break the will of even the best defenses and help you come out on top. With that said, let's send it back to the guys at Mountaineer Field.
The Mountaineers will kick it off to start the second half. And as the ball makes its way into the... touchback, they'll bring it out to the 25. Iowa State has the ball back. The Cyclones ready to go on offense. Tight game as we start the 3rd quarter, and we'll see what type of adjustments they made at halftime.
And getting the ball first here, I think, is such a big deal. Like, I get the first chance to make a statement, to make the adjustments, to create some momentum for my squad right here in the 3rd quarter.
Yeah, I think it's so important for this offense to set the tone here early in the second half, to get a nice drive going, build that confidence, and get your defense ready to come on out, get a stop, and change the complexity of this game.
I love when players understand situations and they understand where the first down marker is and they understand where I got to get to. A lot of people you'll see run north-south and try to bounce out wide and make big plays. Sometimes it's not about making big plays. Sometimes it's about getting that first down to make sure I get an extra set of downs instead of trying to make those big touchdown runs.
We're trying to run the ball on first down, guys, but just nothing doing up front. Their offensive line got blown up on that play. There was nowhere for that guy to go.
Setting up the screen. Not a whole lot of room there on that screen pass. It just never developed. They line up, and it is a long way to the sticks from here. On 3rd and long, try to convert through the air. And it's incomplete despite some serious arm strength shown there. The Cyclones will punt this one away. He's going to try to flip the field with this one. And the returner is stopped. West Virginia has it in the offense ready to go to work. Man, oh man, these offenses just haven't been able to find any room to get things going, David.
And to quote the great philosopher Reese Davis, this is very ungood. Just nothing working for this offense, Palmer. They got to find something.
Well, the plays look good against the scout team during the week in practice, but they have just not been able to find a rhythm against this defense today.
He'll get rid of it. Working the middle. Knocked down immediately, but a nice pickup on that one. Offense gets set for 2nd down. Hands it off. They get him on the ground, but not before he gets enough for the first down.
Well, they picked up that first run into football. That's good news for an offensive line that really has been getting pushed around and bullied in this game so far. Let's see what happens moving forward.
Wants to throw on 1st down. He's taking the shot. And it slips through his fingers, incomplete. That would have been a huge game if he could have held on.
Not seeing a lot of chemistry between the QB and his intended target on that play.
On 2nd down, he'll try to make the connection. He's not afraid to go deep. Fires into traffic. It's picked off. And they'll drag him down after a good return on the interception. A veteran in this defense stayed locked in on his rules and made the interception.
Defensive backs have tough jobs. I mean, you think about whether you play nickel, whether you play dime, whatever it is, you put more DBs on the field. It's more speed. It's more guys that can cover, but they also got to cover that ground. But to cover the ground and make the pick, A lot of times you don't see that. Superb effort by that guy.
Iowa State sending the offense back out. That last drive fizzled out, Jesse. They had to punt it.
Yeah, they did. And, David, they're just going to have to do a better job this time around erasing the mental mistakes.
And just trying to solve the defensive riddle, understanding what they're trying to do to you and attack them.
Didn't get much on first down. It's 2nd and 9. The RPO, fire complete to the left. At the 40, there he goes. He's run out of bounds, but a big play on that one, and it'll be a first down.
And that's just a great individual effort by the wide receiver. He catches this ball way short of the sticks, but because he's able to make the defender miss, now he's able to get the extra yards and turn that into an explosive play.
He's got it. Put it right on him. Sweet play, good pickup, and they'll move the chains with the first down. And the Cyclones come to the line with a fresh set of downs. Looking to go up top on first down. They're bringing heat. And he was hit just as he was releasing the pass, and it falls to the ground incomplete.
You can sense the frustration building on the field and on the sideline for this team because on paper, they're the better team. From a player standpoint, from a record standpoint, things just not going their way in this game, and someone's going to have to step up and make a play to turn this thing around.
And you didn't have a lot of panic in the first half. But man, you're starting to get now in the second half, and this offense just has really, really struggled, underperformed. You know you're a better team, but this offense hasn't shown it. This team hasn't shown it. It's the third quarter. They got to get it going now.
Makes the grab.
Man, I love those guys that are willing to put their body on the line, and he does it right here, man. Just lays out. That ball's coming in. You can see it from several yards out, making that play, laying out, keeping the football from touching the turf. Great concentration, great effort by the receiver.
He's brought down, but there's a flag on the play. Let's see if it stands.
Holding, open.
Holding penalties, the ultimate drive killer. We'll see if it costs this offense here. The Cyclones have it with a 1st and goal. Looking to throw. Got out of trouble, got rid of it. That's caught. It's Lee. And they're able to get him on the ground.
Again, this is a running back that can hurt you running it between the tackles, and he's dangerous out in space. They like to throw it to him out on the perimeter as he picks up a couple of yards there.
Defense rose up deep in its own end on that last play. Now a 2nd and long coming. And that's going to fall to the ground incomplete. That was a physical matchup there. 3rd down coming.
Well, another incompletion, and you can see the frustration building, but you got to give the defense credit. They came into this one knowing no one was giving them a shot because of their record, because of what their stats are on paper, but they're playing better football.
Touchdown, Cyclones! And that one will give them the lead.
And that's a nice job selling it by the offense, dropping back, making it look like it's pass. That running back slipping out of the backfield, throwing him the football, getting a dynamic playmaker in space, and he says, I got this, I'll do the rest, and gets the touchdown.
They'll try to tack one more on their score. And the extra point is good, and it's a 4-point lead. They march 72 yards, and they finish it with an 11-yard touchdown dart.
West Virginia, 13.
Let's see if he can make a play on the return. Good job by the coverage unit to put a stop to that return. West Virginia has it back, ready to dive into that playbook. After that last pick, David, they really need to take care of the ball this time.
No doubt. And Palmer, I want to know what Spurrier said to you on the sideline after a pick.
Do that again, and you'll be right here beside me for the rest of the game. You got to go out, you got to call your plays, and I hope this coaching staff isn't going to be afraid to throw at this drive.
On 2nd down, wants to throw. Using the quick game. And he's knocked down immediately, but not before he moves the chain. They'll snap it from the 26 on 1st down. He wants to throw. And the pressure gets to him. Down goes the quarterback.
And I love playing man coverage on the back end, getting in those receivers' faces. Don't let them feel comfortable in run zone where they can find all these holes in the zone and my rush can't get home. Pressure them, pressure them, pressure them.
And here comes the offense on second down. That's the end of the period, and Iowa State has the lead. Let's take a quick look at the national rankings to see how this playoff race is shaping up. One more period to go to see who can make the winning plays and come home with the victory. Second down here as they go back to work after the break. The play action fake. They're trying to get to him. What a snag by the defense. Going the other way, and he's got room. Touchdown, Iowa State. How about that D coming up with a play like that? With that score, it looks as if this bunch is about to go 6-1.
How about a game-changing play for this defense? Stepping in front of the football and knowing what to do with it, taking it all the way to the end zone.
PAT unit on the field. And the extra point is up and good, and they have an 11-point fourth-quarter lead. They're lining up to kick it off after the pick six, and that defense will come out feeling it. Fielded in the end zone. It's Atkins. Not nearly as much as he'd hoped when he brought it out of the end zone. He'll be stopped at the 15. West Virginia has it in the offense ready to go to work. The big thing now, don't get rattled by that last pick six, David.
Nah, it was a big mistake. Obviously, the defense took advantage of it, but you got to put it behind you. Jesse, I'm sure you know a thing or two about throwing a pick six and how to rebound.
I believe I've only thrown one in my life, but yes, I do because of that singular instance. I'll say this. You can't let that play beat you twice. You got to go out and not try to get it all back here in one play. Just execute the offense.
The sweet feet buy a little time. Solid fundamentals on that tackle from this freshman.
Welcome to the frustrating reality of college football. Like, the guy at the quarterback spot, he can just do that. Pull it down, get positive yards, makes the defense have to account for him every single play.
Gets it out quickly. He's run out of bounds, but he's got enough to move the sticks.
But trailing like they are right now in the fourth quarter, their execution offensively is just going to have to be at a premium. You can't afford a lot of incompletions at this point. Everybody is going to need to be on the same page moving forward.
And I love when you understand when I'm supposed to put some RPMs on that football. You can tell he's thrown over the middle of the field. He knows he's got defenders there. I got to throw this thing in there quick, fast, in a hurry. Nice job by the quarterback.
On second down, just keeps firing. Finds the tight end. Works his way to the 38 after gaining 5. Maybe this will breathe a little life into this offense, which has been flatlined in the second half. Here's 1st and 10. Looking to throw it again. He makes the connection.
You just get the feeling this defense is going to make it hard on them, right? They've got the lead, it's late, and they're going to try to tackle everybody inbounds. Offense is going to have to really work for this and be smart. You got to attack the sidelines. You got to throw first downs. You got to keep this thing moving vertically down the field.
Tackle is made at the 44, but he picked up 10 yards and enough for a first down. And the Mountaineers come to the line with a new set of downs. They'll throw it on first down. Just a bit of a misfire there as they can't make the connection.
All right, that's a good result for the defense. We knew coming into this year they wanted to really improve their pass defense and their secondary and coverage. Nice job there.
2nd and 10 after the previous play. And the pass is incomplete, jarred loose by the hit. Third down conversions are a huge stat, and this one would be a doozy if they can pull it off. From the gun, wants to pass. Coming after it. Oh, man, another incompletion. That's 3 in a row.
And the quarterback gets hit again. We already know this defense has gotten home to him multiple times in this game. So here you are, you're trailing in the game. Defense knows you're going to throw it. They're pinning their ears back. You can't feel very confident right now if you're the play caller.
He tosses one high and deep down the left side. Can't find his man. It'll be incomplete, and that is a heartbreaker this late in the game. Iowa State has the ball back. The Cyclones ready to go on offense. They'll open this drive and snap it from the 44. And he does a really nice job finding open space and making a good gain before the stop is made. They can really be aggressive after that last play. It's 2nd and 3. He's looking to throw. Tosses it incomplete. Third and short from the 49. Is this 4-down territory? They'll try to pick up the first through the air. Makes the catch. It's Lee. And they gave him no chance to get loose, and they force a 4th down.
You know, that's one as a quarterback. You've thrown the completion, and you're like, dude, can you just turn around and make one guy miss and go get the first? Or can you just stretch out and get the first down? You need your guys to have a little bit more awareness where they are in the field on that play. And even though they got the completion, it's not enough to pick up the first. And now you're staring 4th down right in the face.
On 4th down, they'll run it, looking for the first. On the move at the 30. Smashes through the tackle. And he'll race it to the house. Touchdown, Cyclones! They give themselves a little more cushion as they try to reel off their 4th straight win.
And to have a rushing touchdown of that type of yardage, you've got to be able to make something miss. It's one thing to get into the second level, but can you make that last defender miss? And you saw it on that play. Once he was in the clear with his speed, he was gone.
He'll try to tack on one more. And now with the extra point, they're up by 18 here in the 4th.
Personal foul. Roughing the kicker. Defense.
The officials offer the deal, and the coach accepts it. They will take the penalty. The kickoff team on the field, he ought to just boom this thing through the end zone with that extra 15 yards on the penalty. He'll bring it out. It's Atkins. And the returner will be brought down. Here comes the offense on 1st down. He's looking to throw it. It's complete to the right. And a little more space. Open up that playbook even more as they pick up the 1st down out to the 30.
1st down, West Virginia.
These DBs going to give a little cushion. Unleashes it on the run. It's complete. A huge pickup. He will step out of bounds, but not before the big pickup and a 1st down for this offense.
West Virginia.
Looking to move it through the air. And this will be incomplete. A big hit there forces 2nd down.
Well, this guy must feel like he's run into a buzzsaw in this game. He has been under duress all game long, and that's a big reason why he's thrown multiple interceptions in the game, too. Nothing coming easy to him. It's hard to see the field when your internal clock is going off so fast because of the pressure of this defense, and that's why they find themselves down by so much here in the 4th.
We hit the 2-minute warning, and this offense is desperate to make something happen and do it in a hurry. 3rd and short, coming from the 34. You wonder if this is 4-down territory. They'll try to get it through the air. Going for it all. And good hands there by the defense on that shot.
Well, the defense really stepped up in this game. They knew they had to slow down this passing attack. They knew they had some matchups they were going to have to win one-on-one. They've been able to do that, and as a result, They haven't allowed 200 passing yards in this game.
Timeout called here by the defense. It's their first of the half. Down by multiple possessions, you can't come up empty on this drive. They'll go for it on 4th down. Finds his man, and they convert. And they reacted well to the completion, but it was too late to keep him from getting the first down.
West Virginia.
He'll just keep slinging it. Throws to the wideout. Got it in the middle, it's Punga. They get him stopped at the 5-yard line, but it will be first and goal from there. The offense will have to use its first timeout of the half. He's looking to throw. And he's got it! Touchdown, West Virginia!
Great job by the wide receiver. The windows are so small in this area of the field. You saw him fight through the defender to make that catch on the TD.
On to attempt the try.
Kicker on for the extra point.
Right down the middle. And for a quick update, let's go to Kevin Connors in the studio.
All right, guys, a little update on what else is happening in college football this weekend. NC State is currently trailing in this one, but it feels like the tide may be turning. This Pac team has picked itself up before, and they are capable of it again today. It's a touchdown game. They're trailing by 7 to Wake Forest. Just another week of college football where we've come to expect the unexpected. Fellas?
Thanks for the update on that one, Kevin. Let us know when it goes final. Timeout called there by the defense, desperate to get the ball back and save as much time as possible. Now on 2nd down, and we'll probably see another run, and that might do it if they can get a first down. They get him on the ground, but it's a first down. Quick timeout called by the defense, stopping the clock to save as much time as possible for their offense. The quarterback takes a snap and takes a knee. Winning those individual 6-second battles every play, time after time after time after time, and that leads to a victory here.
And I love when teams go out and play like it's sudden death. Like if they lose the game, their entire season is over. This game wasn't for the national championship, but you wouldn't know that watching this winning team, David. Tremendous effort and tremendous execution.
I love competitive people. I love competitive coaches. I love competitive teams that they know that their job is to go out and get a W no matter where you play. You want to play in the parking lot? We'll go meet you. Great job by this team being ready, getting the W.
That's going to do it for us from here. For Jesse Palmer, David Pollack, I'm Reese Davis, and this has been another presentation of EA Sports College Football.